3, 2.
Greetings and salutations. Oh, wait, salutations. I'm sorry. It's yours truly, Slang Hugh, one of your hosts of Ginger. What the? I'm messing this all the way up. Let me start over. Take two.
Take 2.
Greetings and salutations. It's yours truly, Slang Hugh. I'm one half of Darkness with the Ginger Hugh podcast, alongside with my co-host, Sir Tokes is in the building.
No. I'm Tokes the Conqueror today.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
My fault.
Tokes the Conqueror. Shout out to freaking Mr. Majors right there. That man.
Oh,
in the news. That guy's in the news.
I
Yes.
feel like I should say this. This is the podcast where we don't want peace. We want problems. Always.
Yo, let's hit it with the intro. Let's go. Yep. We are back again. The vibe is vibing. The horns are horning.
Horns are this.
Yeah, the horns are horning.
That's peggers. Let's hit them hard and fast and horny. I'm concerned about you, sir.
Got me.
You might need to check somebody out about this
I
thing.
might need to take a visit back to Toronto, just get my head checked.
This Freudian slips is very slippery. So I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm on a slippery slope right now, but yeah, that's how my mind
Welcome
is
to
right
the
now.
people, man. Welcome to the people. Another
Yes.
installment, yo.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's getting cool now. Okay.
oh yeah,
Just giving a warning. It's getting cool now.
Yeah, you don't have to warn me. I feel it. My
yeah.
bones feel it. My joints feel it. My spirit feels it. My emotion is feeling it. But
yeah,
I'm off next week, so hopefully we get some. Although the temperature is pretty much the same from what I've been looking at over there.
You're going back to
Cali.
Hey.
Really?
Yo, that's one place I want to visit.
Me
just
too.
Because of all the historical backing of it from Compton, from certain leaders and certain marches to California itself. I mean, Los Angeles, California is Lakers. Shaq's statue, Kobe's statue coming up.
Everything.
Are you going to be there before it's up?
I don't know. What's the date? Do you know the date?
I believe it's the 24th of this month. I think they're putting it up.
I'm coming back on the 24th, so probably.
Ooh, and again, that's why
I would have went. I would have went to that.
I mean, I heard. I have to confirm, but that's what
that makes sense. That would make sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. So yeah, because I mean, they released. Actually, his birthday is on the 23rd, isn't it, of August?
Something like that.
Yeah, yes. And funny how his birth date is just
numbers.
One day off of his numbers.
I know. That's crazy.
I would
one of his numbers and Jordan's number.
Exactly. I was gonna say, you know what? I can understand now.
Okay. Yeah.
The numbers, again, and that's the thing. This world is all about numbers.
That's a fact.
All about numbers. There's a lot of cosmic facts and relations when it comes to the numbers in the world.
That was one of those things. Like that was one of those when we were talking about the whole our sports rig thing. That's one of the things somebody brought up to me. Like, look at this. I forget the term or the idea that they were talking about. There's a certain term about how the numbers match up and show like it's like a good old Illuminati blah blah blah.
People reaching a bit too far sometimes when it comes to that stuff. But hey, you know what? To each their own.
Oh, but you know what? This is also something we should have put on today's show because today's going to be more of a sportsy show.
We can throw it in.
Did you hear about that referee that retired after they caught it?
Yo, he went and they said, "Yo, we're gonna put an investigation on this. We're gonna go into your burner account." And all I hear is, "I officially retire."
Oh dear, what are you guys talking about?
He says, I'm out. He says, I'm out. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's the only way that you can admit guilt like that.
Yep.
This guy, they said they're going to
So
come
he's like
check your burner account.
Super Boston Celtics fan.
I'm
And
like,
he was the
wow.
one that called that game where they didn't call the foul for LeBron versus the Celtics. And it was a clear foul.
The one that they won?
The Celtics won that game. But I think it was like an impactful game, and he didn't call the foul.
Yeah. I know that's why they were investigating him.
You're right.
Because of
Eric Lewis. That's his name.
Again, and it helps the whole narrative about rigging the sport, because you have a guy here who's now faced of an investigation, not because of the calls he made, but how he's discussing the calls he's made on social media. And you're not allowed to. You made the call.
Technically, there's not a real rule against it, but they're trying to investigate.
No, there's a rule. You're not allowed to talk.
Oh, really?
Type of on your personal. That's why you had a burner. That's why I had a different account.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
You're not allowed to talk to business.
Okay.
Because again, you're a professional and you're part of. I mean, that's like you. That's like me. Talking my business to everybody that's going on at my job.
Yeah.
Right away, you're not allowed to do that. So I don't do that. Right.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Give names and stuff. So yeah, he was going to be called out because he was talking business. He was caught in the lie.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And he said, you know what? I'll just go down. No, I won't go down with shift.
I'll just leave.
I'll just jump on my lifeboat and take off.
So they don't take my pension. I'm out.
Exactly.
On some The Wire policeman shit. Get out there, get out before they take your pension. Yeah. On some McNulty thing. Man like McNulty.
Yo, what the fuck did I do? Yo, that's true. I have to watch that show again from start.
I watch it at least once every 2 months. I watch that.
Really? Like a specific episode, or you just go through the order?
I haven't gone through the full order this year, but I have like on my Fire Stick, I have that 24/7 The Wire channel. So I'll tap in and just watch it.
Oh, so you just pop in and see what's going on.
But it's still, to be honest with you, normally when I do it that way, I don't actually watch a full episode because I like the full story. Like it's like, this part, I know this part happened. I want to see this part first. So
yeah. So
that's one of those shows that I want to watch it in order.
That's true. And again, that to me, and people will probably argue, but that I believe is the greatest TV series of all time for me. Yep. And I mean, people might say differently,
Sopranos.
but I haven't even watched the full Sopranos yet to even say that.
I have.
Based on I've watched The Wires first, and then the Game of Thrones. That's a second. That's a close second.
You know what? Currently, I don't have a second. Are we talking just drama series?
Just a series in general. Just like the totality of it, the drama, the I mean, there was a whole. I mean, they had, when I was watching the reactions to the final episodes of Game of Thrones when what's her face was killing that Ice King. How the crowd went nuts, bro.
Yeah, but those last couple episodes are terrible.
No, they were trying to finish it off, right? Remember?
That's what makes it not on my
list.
Right?
That's why The Wire again is the way it is, because they didn't have to rush it. They had time. They finished it correctly. Although the ending was
apparently they almost canceled it after season 2.
Season 2, yeah, because season 2 was weak.
Yeah,
season 2 was a bit weak.
But when you go back and watch it, it's solid. It's solid.
It's a damn good season.
By itself, it's not the worst season.
Exactly.
But in totality,
the connection.
It all works.
Oh, when they spun it in and they put it together, I'm like, I need to go back and watch, because I took these things for granted. These guys, these fishermen guys, these dock guys.
The Polish man. Polish man.
The old man in the store just minding his business.
But hey, let's say that. We're gonna save that because that's like we're gonna do a TV movie show.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 and all that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But anyways,
back to sports.
Let's get back to sports, because listen here, all my freaking fans of basketball, Mr. Noah Lyles,
Spartan, what is your profession?
Here we go.
We're standing behind this man. And just like I said, and like he said, the United States are not the world champions.
No, that's not what he
No.
said. That's not what he said. That's our problem.
Okay,
But go ahead.
okay. Well, basically, he says you cannot crown, you can't take the label or the title of world champions if you haven't played a world championship team.
Right.
And everybody went up in roars about this. And NBA players were in his freaking DM. And I watched a video of him saying he didn't even know this. People were talking to him. He just said what he said. Later on, people said, "Do you think your thing is blowing up?" And then he said, "What, really?" And he said, "Oh, he saw KD in his DMs and all this." I'm like, "What?"
In his DMs,
bro? They were just hitting him, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wow, because I mean, he is the face of the USA, the fastest man in the world right now. Right. And you know, he's putting the NBA on blast, not USA, the NBA. No, NBA, so they took offense. Yeah. So I'm like, all right. For sure. But again, a lot of current NBA players, a lot of old heads, all of them are agreeing. A lot of them are agreeing, and at the same time, a lot of sportscasters and a lot of players were disagreeing. And the consensus is he was right. So
I disagree. I still disagree.
Fast forward to the FIBA World Championships.
Tell us why he was right, folks.
And the winners of the FIBA World Championships. Oh no, it's not the US. It's Germany. Okay, Germany. Second place, Lithuania. Lithuania. Third place. Now this is very important. Third place. The Canadians, baby. Canada finishes third, beating out the US, which did not place in the top 3. Now, again, I did my research. They have never won a medal
in FIBA.
In the FIBA World Championships.
That's
ever. Right. Okay. Never beat anybody of
They've never won a medal?
Never. I went in hard. Listen, it says here that Canada has never medaled in this
Canada.
event.
Sorry, I thought you meant the US. My bad.
No, Canada. Okay. Canada has never medaled in the US until 2023. Their best finish was 4th in 1978. That was their best.
78. I'm surprised.
Yes, bro.
Was there like a protest that year?
Yugoslavia didn't send their best.
Russian protests or something's going on there. Vietnamese protests.
There's probably been a war.
Was it World War II?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a war that we just stuck in. Hey guys, they're not coming. Let's go. Let's get it.
Says the proud Canadians. Yes, that's us.
That's us for sure. That's us. But yes, again, and this is why I said his point stands firm, because a collective of players from a certain country went and represented their country on a global stage, and they defeated said US team in a global stage. So they deserve to be called the world champs. And that's Germany. Germany is the world champions of basketball. Okay. Now, let me break it down to you.
Okay.
Is because I did my research.
Okay.
Number one, the U.S. roster, because everybody says, the NBA is the best league in the world. Yes. On a business level.
Nah. Go ahead.
No, listen, on a business level, it is. Right?
Well, yeah, definitely. But that's not only why they're the best.
No. I'm not even saying that's number one point, though.
Yeah.
Number two, they don't play by FIBA rules.
That's true.
This is why they're getting beat up.
That's right.
In the world. So if they've now altered the game to satisfy the entertainment value.
Right.
So they're not playing real basketball. They're playing North American basketball, something that sells.
American basketball, to be honest.
American basketball, pretty much. But again, Canada takes that as well. I mean, they adapt their skills and rules. So this is why, again, this is the hardest point that they can't compete with a team who is playing 5-10 years together on the same national team. The chemistry is there, and they're getting beat, right? So again, unless you are and a LeBron James, a Steph Curry, or whatever, and you just have that God-given talent, you're not beating these guys across the pond. You're not beating these guys in South Asia. I'm sorry. You're not. You're not a cohesive unit. You're too proud. Okay. You're too proud to admit it. Too proud. And you got your hand slapped. They said, "Yo, shorty, get to the back. Let the adults handle this." And again, I was exactly just hold down fourth right now. Hold down fourth. Again, the U.S. had 12 NBA players on their roster of a team of 13.
Yes.
Canada, 8 NBA players, 1 college student, and 3 that play overseas.
Right.
Now think about that.
Yeah, I agree.
The U.S. are so proud, and they put full NBA players into this roster, and they still got beat.
Yeah.
So Noah, salute to you. You are speaking the truth.
You're speaking a truth. You're speaking a truth. So I'm going to tell you the truth. You're speaking a truth. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Here we go. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Firstly, as I maintain, the best players in the world, play in the NBA.
We don't know that for sure.
Hold on. I'm going to wait. You know how we do know that? Who was the best player on every international team? Where did they make their money playing basketball? On every international team, who was the best player?
Okay. I understand that. Yes, I get it. They play in the NBA. Yes.
Right.
Understandable. Go on.
So hold on. So that's one. That's one. The MVP of the world champion. I'm not even using air quotes because I agree. They deserve the title of. And this is my second point, but let me not go there. The MVP of the World Championship Team Germany is Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, shout out to Dennis Schroeder, yo! Shout out to Dennis Schroeder.
Shout him out. Let's keep it 100, Dennis Schroeder. Yeah. Let's keep it 100. Dennis Schroeder was out the league last year, out of the NBA, because he is probably not even in the top 10 point guards in the league. He's probably not even the top 15. He'd be lucky if he's in the top 20. Be lucky.
Can I
no,
pause you real quick?
Hold on.
Okay.
Not in top 15.
All right.
The guy, shout out Team Canada. I should have started with that. Shout out Team Canada for medaling.
Yeah.
I actually expected them to get at least silver, but it happens. They're at least in the Olympics. We're going to see what happens when we add guys like Wiggins, Jamal Murray, Mathurin, who else didn't play? A few guys didn't play that hopefully will play.
Now, before you continue, was this all conflict related that they didn't play, or this by choice? Because again,
Jamal Murray actually is committed, but this isn't even my second point, but I'm gonna say it now.
I know. No.
NBA players don't give about FIBA. For the most part, they don't, especially the American guys. A lot of the reasoning is the timing of it. They play a full season, and then this happens the summer right after that season. So rather than play in FIBA, guys like you mentioned, the God-given talent guys, the guys that we know, regardless of what you say, we know when these guys play, they're going to win the gold. We know this. And I'm not even a guy. I'm not even one of those. If it hasn't happened, we can't say it's gonna happen, guys. But we know. Let me say this: they're not coming forth. We know that by sure. We know that they're not coming forth.
Okay, let me stop you right now. Here's where you are contradicting what you're saying.
Okay.
Here's why. You're telling me these European, Asian, and African teams are sitting on their ass all year long, not playing basketball. They are playing in their own leagues and playing at a high level.
Absolutely.
They're high level. So they're now
high level.
Yeah.
Not the highest level.
That's fine. But
not the highest level against the best players in the world.
That is fine. You don't, that's fine. But every dog has his day. And that's what happened to Lithuania. That's what happened to Germany. That's what happened to Canada. They played together when it meant to. They brought their best when it meant to be their best. And
they brought their best. That's the key.
Right.
They actually brought their best players.
No.
Most teams. There's a few teams.
But
that
again,
did.
some of the guys are not. They're not bringing their best. Some of them is because they connect. The chemistry is that good that you can throw a no look pass and you know that he's gonna catch that ball.
This brings me to my next point. There's a couple ways you can look at this thing, right? Like you can look at it like, and I do this usually. You can look at it like it doesn't matter. Everybody has made their choices. Who's on the court is on the court. Who wins, who loses, loses. Everything else is excuses. I'm not disagreeing with that. But when we start to say things like, these guys aren't the best in the world, these are not the champions of the world, then it becomes a discussion of why are we saying that? And for me, these are the reasons why the NBA champions, I believe, can beat any of those teams in the FIBA basketball, including the US team put together. The reason for that is one of the points you made, is that they played together all year. So they know each other. So that NBA, the Denver Nuggets put them in this tournament, they're probably wreaking havoc. Because not only do they have the talent, they have the camaraderie, they have the familiarity.
This is true only because they used to do this back in the day when the NBA, not even the NBA champions, or some of the NBA's teams would go on tour and play in different countries. I don't know why they stopped doing that. And they would be beating teams by 50.
No, they still do that. They still do that.
No, they haven't done it since. No, I
don't know about the tour, but they go to one country and play that. They did that this season.
I don't even know who they did that.
I can't remember. I don't think,
but they do. I thought they were but I think they were taking two NBA teams and playing them in different countries, because that's what they did here in Winnipeg. We had, I think it was Minnesota. Too. Okay, but I haven't seen them play a club team.
They play a club team overseas.
Okay.
They play like a 2 or 3 exhibition.
Okay, fair enough. Now again, they're not probably playing the best club team, but they're playing a club team, right? Just to challenge, just to show people off, because a lot of people can't watch the NBA. Yes, entertainment. And you're right. They're going to kick them down 10 times out of
there is no
11.
Competition.
Yes,
it is a competition.
You're right.
So, go ahead.
But again, when it comes to the title, this is what we're talking about. The title of world champion, meaning you have to beat the contenders in the world.
This is my other point.
You can't name yourself a world champion of basketball if you're only playing in North America.
I don't fully disagree, but I have 2 points.
Bring it.
One is this. There is the FIBA World champions, and then there is the NBA World Champions. Listen to this. This is not any different than if you had another basketball body
organization
that came along and said, okay, we're going to throw our own world tournament. Bring me the best, whatever. Make your teams, Canada, US, make your teams, and we call it. Let's call it FIBA World Champions, and whoever wins that is the FIBA World Champion. Now, does that take away from the FIBA World Champion, or are they both world champions of a different federation? Think of boxing, WBC, and this, that, and the third. There's so many different world boxing champions with different belts because there's different organizations. That's one. The second,
I can debunk that. I can debunk that right now, because soccer is the perfect entity of debunking what you're saying. Okay. There's the Premier League. There's all these different. There's so many different leagues in soccer. Not one of those leagues ever called themselves world champion. Not one. You go and play in the FIFA World Cup, that is a world champion. The same example you stated. You have all these leagues, all these teams playing together. None of them will call themselves a world champion. They'll call themselves they call themselves the Premier League champion.
Yeah, my point is not about. I get your point, and I don't disagree. But my point is not about who they play. It's
no. I'm talking about no. But I'm saying you're saying, okay, this league all of a sudden gets created, and they're going to call themselves this world champion. But again, the Premier League, they don't call themselves this world champion. They call themselves the league champion, not world champion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to
know.
say.
I totally get what you're saying. I'm
Mhm.
saying it's dependent on the organization. Why you can call yourself the world champion of this organ. You're the world. You represent this organization across the world. That's what I'm saying. So technically, the Denver Nuggets represent the NBA across the world. If there was NBA teams across the world, that's who they would represent. And not only that, again, they do that exhibition playing thing
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the year where they play other
Yeah.
countries' league teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my argument why they could be the world champion. Not to mention, again, it's a world team. Their best two players are not from the US. The best two players on the world champion currently are not from the US. It's Jamal Murray. It's Nikola the Joker, Jokic.
Yeah. Jokic. Yeah.
Nikola Jokic. They're both
Yeah.
not American. That in itself,
Giannis.
again, Giannis is not American. Joel Embiid is not American, which I said the last time we talked about this. The best players in the league, almost top 10, maybe half of them or more than half of them are not American.
100%.
Now, so this is my other point. That being said, my other point, I heard this on a show and I was like, yeah, that's actually a good point. I think it was Broussard. He said, no, it wasn't Broussard. It was Richard Jefferson who said it. He said it's like in the NBA, the MVP is not always the best player in the world. The MVP is the best player for that season, or he's the best player on his team.
Of course.
That type of thing. He's not necessarily. LeBron was the best player for years where he didn't win.
Yeah, but why didn't he win? Because it's all
because he wasn't the most valuable player. He was the best.
He wasn't statistical. Remember, you can only base the MVP on your stats.
No,
if you're injured,
that's the only thing. But
no. Well, majority of them stats. So if you are hurt for 3 months and this guy is busting his tail, bringing his team to the championship or bringing him from last to freaking the playoffs, they're going to give that man that freaking award.
Bro, that's not why LeBron didn't win.
No, I'm not that. Again, that's just I'm just using.
He's not that guy.
LeBron, no, I'm just using the name though. Okay, I'm just using the name though.
Because LeBron is the guy. He's not the guy that was hurt or the reason he didn't get it was politics. They don't want to give it to the same guy 5 years in a row. They don't want to do that. It doesn't look good.
You're a LeBron guy, so we know we're gonna hear
this.
There's
nobody. The same reason they didn't give it to Jokic again for 3 years in a row, even though he probably deserved it over Joel Embiid this year. They don't want to give it to him.
Again, I don't think. I think Joel Embiid had a better season. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't, guy.
Statistically, yes, he did.
I don't know about that.
I'm
but
telling you now.
That's why it's not only stats. Their stats are close enough.
Yeah.
Jokic was more. His team was better, and he had similar stats.
Okay.
So Joel Embiid had less or better stats, but his team was worse. So it's like, who's actually helping their team win?
And this is why they don't depend on one person choosing. I mean, there's a whole bunch of collectives. I think was it 21 or I don't remember. I think it's 20 or 21. I think voters. I think they give the chance to pick who they think is the best. And again, some people, there was a time that I think there was a big special or a segment on TV how LeBron was screwed out of being the first unanimous MVP ever.
Right.
All votes. Someone else decided to pick Carmelo Anthony, and people were pissed. I'm like, oh wow, but he still got the MVP. But they're realizing, say, why would this guy pick Carmelo Anthony? Because he was a Carmelo Anthony guy. He's gonna pick that guy. He didn't like LeBron. Yeah. So there's a lot of that's why they have so many people picking who the MVP is, because again, people will like their guy. That's why Jordan won it so many times.
Right.
They like that guy. He brought money.
He's another example. He's a guy who should have won it almost every year at his peak.
I agree.
He should have at least 6.
But then there's guys who did. Charles, he had a great season when he won his MVP.
Oh yeah.
Steve Nash, his first one was a great season. The second one, I don't know.
Second one was politics.
Yeah. Okay. Second one, I don't know. But again, the guys that Tim Duncan, I believe he's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He deserves
most of the guys, even if it's a controversy, they deserve it.
Yes.
Like they're up there. So we can't completely say, oh, that guy shouldn't have it.
Yeah, but they're not going to pick a guy from left field to go represent.
Right.
Because I mean,
You
The
have to be
best
a
of the best
star.
are in that. The best of the best are in that short list of superstars.
You have to
So
be
you're
a
gonna
star.
get that. Yeah, you're
Yep.
gonna get. You're not if you're playing well, right?
Right.
Where just like Schroeder. Schroeder was the MVP of the world basketball, so the
Right.
championship.
Okay. Hold on now.
Just
Thank you for saying
okay.
that. So
Here we
now,
go.
thank you for saying that, because that
Okay.
leads off of my last point. By this logic that you guys are presenting, is Dennis Schroeder the best player in the world?
Based on the tournament that they hold on, based on the tournament that they just played, yes, he is.
Bro, are
No,
we just basing this on title or actual
again,
talent?
no, you're not hearing me. They played a tournament. He's
So it's
the
title.
best player in the world based on the tournament they played.
So it's title. You're saying title.
Of course.
So it's based on title. He's the best player in the world.
Based on the tournament from the start and the end, he was the best player in that tournament.
Okay.
That is all. I'm not saying the best in the
No,
world. Like you just said, you can be the best player in the world and not be the MVP of that year.
No,
You just said it.
That's my logic. My logic is going against exactly what you're saying. That's my point. For you to say your logic is the world championship NBA players are not the world champions. So
yes.
if Dennis Schroeder is on the best team in the world, and he's the best player, that makes him what? The best player in the world. Right?
Yes.
By your logic. That's what it's right?
But
and I'm saying that logic is absolutely incorrect.
No, because again,
hold on.
Every dog can have his day.
So he's the best player for a day. He's the best player for the day.
He was consistent. They don't just give the freaking participation medals.
He's the best player for the week.
Well done. He's the best player.
Whatever. How long
that represented that tournament? Yes, best player in the tournament.
In that 2-week tournament.
Because hold on. Don't they do that in the playoffs? You have a season MVP and you have a playoff MVP. Yeah. So is that MVP in the playoffs better than the guy that won the MVP in the league, even though they're not in the playoffs?
9 times out of 10, he's not. That's why they consider the season MVP the best player in the league, not the playoff MVP.
But that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling the same thing, though.
No, you're not, because you just told me that Dennis Schroeder is the best player in the world. He's the best player in the tournament. Hold on now. If he's the best player in the world,
people, that's not this guy anymore.
Give me a moment.
Someone mute his mic.
Yeah.
Someone mute his mic.
Give me a moment.
Mute his mic.
Who's he better than? He's better than Steph Curry. He's better than LeBron James. Is he better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Is he better than any of those guys that got the 4th place on the USA team? Any of them?
Here's the thing. He is the best player right now because he made everybody around him that much better. That's an MVP.
Yes, that's an MVP, but he's not the best player in the world. Just like that, they are the gold medalists.
Hold on,
they're not the best team in the world.
Just because you're the MVP doesn't mean you're the best player in the world.
Okay,
remember that.
No, but that's my logic, not yours.
I'm agreeing with you though. I'm saying you cannot be.
You're only agreeing me with the MVP, but not the championship.
No, not the championship. I'm agreeing with you because the MVP is supposed to be the most valuable player of that league. And then again, there's criteria we just discussed. And you said sometimes it's politics.
You're right. But you can't place it in one place and not place it in the other. I'm sorry. He can't be the best player on the best team in the world, and he's not the best player in the world. That makes no sense to me. Anyway, having my last point to debunk this idea is, again, by the logic that you guys are using,
right?
These guys are not playing every team in the world. So by that same logic that we put on the NBA champions, we don't know if they actually could beat everybody in the world. We know they could beat the teams they played, but not every team in the world. Which in fact, we know they can't. We do know that. But we can pretend for now that they won the FIBA. Great accomplishment. You're the FIBA World Championship. That's the full title. They put the FIBA in front of it for a reason, just like they put the NBA in front of it for a reason. You are the world champions. You represent that federation in the world. It does not make you the best team in the world. I'll even take that and apply it to both of those teams if we want to. But again, I believe close to a point of 99.5% that the NBA champion would beat Germany.
I'll say yes.
And if we could say that, then that's why you could put the world champion on that.
So and this is we're still on the same topic, but we're gonna go and kind of switch it up. But I'm saying, hold on, because if that's the fact, why don't they represent? Why aren't the U.S. not proud to represent their squad on a global scale? Why? Why not? So why? Because this is why they're butthurt, because someone called them out.
I'm going to tell you.
Go on.
The history is there. They very seldom, if ever, have sent their best players to the FIBA tournament.
I'm asking why, though. That's the question.
The reason is the same reason. Well, one of the reasons I already gave you. They play all season. They don't want to devote the year to FIBA because it's not that meaningful. And they're going to be in the Olympics, which is much more meaningful for them. It's a bigger thing on their resume. That's one. Two, it's a superstar thing, B. It's a superstar thing. Let's come on. Do you think 50 Cent is going to be playing freaking concert hall, or is he going to be playing Rogers Center?
Okay, but again, it's like the world is watching. So again,
but they don't care about that.
They don't care about the people. They don't care about the fans. They care themselves.
They don't care about that.
Just think about it. Because I have the.
You want me to say it's ego? It's
ego. It's 100%. Here, I'll give you some stats. Since 1950, the U.S. have won the World FIBA Championships 5 times.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Just as much as Yugoslavia, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Now, the USA dominates the Olympics with 16 gold medals. However, that's every 4 years. Okay.
FIBA's every what? Isn't FIBA
every year?
Is it every year?
It is every year.
Every 2 years, I think. 2 years. Yeah,
I think it's every 2 years. Sorry, every 2 years. But again, think about that.
This year it was every year because of COVID. They didn't do it last year or something.
Yes, that's correct. That is correct. But yes, think about that now. Mm-hmm. So why again? You have all the time. And I still stand by this. The U.S. team has the time, effort, and energy to put out a decent team to represent them in the FIBA championships. They choose not to choose not to because of ego.
No,
they're
there's
too
another
proud.
part to it. But we go back to again the other part. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, that is the overall. That is the highest reasoning. I agree with you there.
And this is why they're butthurt, because someone called them out on their ego, and because they have ego, they're going to clap back.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree that's why they're butthurt. Because again, I think that they actually believe that they're the best players in the world who play against the best players in the world in the best league in the world. That's what I think they believe. But
they're only the best league in the world because of marketing. But anyways,
no, I'm telling you, if we just agreed,
the NBA was about to fold a long time ago. Right?
That doesn't mean the talent still wasn't better. We just agreed.
No one wanted to play in the NBA. That's why they were about to fold.
We just agreed that Denver Nuggets would beat Germany. We agreed on that. So that makes them the best.
No, yes. No, what I'm saying is,
if the league team could beat the country team, they're definitely the best league in the world.
Okay, what I'm saying is, again, the league is marketed so well that it's bringing players from other countries to play them, not because
that's fine. That doesn't change
they're the best. Not because they're the best, because they make the most money.
Absolutely, but that also attracts the best players.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine
league.
So imagine if Russia gives that same type of money, that same type of contract to someone else, and they bring those people over to the Russian league, and all these players are playing there.
The best league. Then the Russian league would be the best league.
But the U.S.
But it's not.
But the U.S. won't accept that. You know this. The ego is there, brother.
But none of this matters, because the fact is, right now, they are the best league. That's all I'm saying. They're the best league. Lastly, that other point of the U.S., the best players in the U.S. don't get to get together and work for years on end is because they are superstars, bro. You got to recognize the fact. You think LeBron could devote all that time? And it's a three. I'd be a guy on the Canadian team for sure. And they had to do this for the Canadian team because the same thing was happening because so many of our best players are in the league. They made them commit for 3 years, a 3-year commitment,
Yeah,
which would mean every summer you got to show up. But when you're LeBron James and you're Steph Curry and you're Kevin Durant and you're these guys who are global, almost icons in the case of LeBron and Steph, you are global icons. Your top 5 to 10 players in the league are global icons. Even freaking Kyrie Irving, who's vilified in the US, has shoes selling over in China and Asia by the millions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
When you have to you have other obligations for you to commit to Team USA for 3 years every summer after you just played here. I'll even put it to you on even a lower level, bro. If you were a teacher and you worked 3 months out of the year at the best school, so it's highly strenuous, it's highly taxing on you. When your school year is over, you feel like you got through a heavy load.
Yes.
Are you then going to go do summer school every year?
If you're committed to the job, committed to the program, yes.
If that's your only job. If you don't get to see your family during the year that you're working at school, if you don't get to take any trips, you don't get to go on no vacations, you're going during the school year, and now you get 3 months off. You're not going to do that every year, bro. You're not. And nor should you be expected to. Because you have other obligations to your personal life. Never mind. And again, when I'm talking about LeBron and Steph, I'm not only talking personal, I'm talking their businesses. These guys are multi-faceted businessmen. You can't devote that every year. And when this is the ego portion to it, to your point. When you feel like all you got to do is step on the court with the rest of the guys that are on your level, you're definitely not doing it every year because the Olympics is up here. This is the Olympics for you. When they read their resumes, I don't know how much they refer to FIBA gold medals. I don't know how much they talk about FIBA medals at all, but they damn sure talk about the Olympic medals.
Wikipedia, they have that. Every stats are stats.
No, they do. But I'm talking about when you're going into the Hall of Fame and these type of things.
Let's. I'm going to trump this last bit now. Okay. Yes, you're right. What you're saying is true. You're on a superstar level. You're doing superstar things, and yes, you're globally known, and you can choose what you want to do. Right. Fair enough. But don't get it twisted. Like these guys, or the West is the only people that have superstars.
No,
I'll flip it on the other side. Because I'll even use a name that's not even
a lot closer than it ever was before.
No, but I'll use a name that's not even in the sport. On freaking on Ovi in hockey, Ovechkin. That man is a Russian god in his country.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't have a shoe or a skate doesn't mean Russia's not doing something out there on their end, promoting whatever he's doing. And he has his schedule. But every time they ask him to play in the Worlds, he's there.
Yes.
He knows he represents his country to the fullest. He's a proud person of his country. So why are not the US? And he's just as big as a superstar.
No, he's not. That was about to be my point. He's not even close.
What do you
not
mean?
Even close.
Because we don't see him here. Russian TV.
It's not close.
You have a guy like Snoop Dogg who's doing commercials in China. We don't know half the things that is being seen on TV.
It's not close.
I'm telling you. It is on a different level over there.
Let me tell you this.
People. Yeah, I'm going to talk to the people. The people will tell me if I'm right or wrong. Let me know.
It's not close.
You show me. Show me if it's not close. Tell me.
You would have been better saying somebody like a Messi or from hockey. The sport is not even as big as the sport.
No. Okay. I'm not. No. You're taking the sport. I'm talking about the superstar, the commitment. We're talking about commitment.
That lends to the superstar status. If you are in a league that's smaller than the NBA, you're not going to be as big as the biggest guy in the NBA.
No, But
and
okay.
Ovechkin is not even the biggest star in
No,
NHL.
I'm talking. No, he was for a very long time.
He wasn't the
He was.
biggest. He's never the
Yes,
biggest. Never the biggest. Never the biggest.
Who's bigger than him?
Are you telling me Thing wasn't bigger? The kid
Who,
wasn't
Crosby?
bigger. Crosby was bigger.
No, because of North America, they think of it because we see that. We see that. Americans don't care about freaking Sidney Crosby. Canada does, and they put him all over the place.
I'll even give you that because it's hockey. I'll give it to you because it's hockey.
But
either way, he's still not bigger than LeBron. He's not even close. Ovechkin's not even close. Because
of money. It's because of money. That's the only reason.
But what? That's
salaries that these guys make. They can do whatever they want to make themselves even bigger. It's all about marketing. It's all about making that brand bigger. I mean, this is why you have to do your homework and go watch Air. Okay, he didn't do his homework, folks. Just letting you know.
I'm not
okay, so I'm using a league at the same level as the NBA in terms of where they are. I'm not saying in terms of better or not, but I'm using a top tier league that is not basketball. Your top guy or one of the top 5 that have ever played the game is not from the US. In somewhere else like Russia, he is the LeBron James.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He
in
is
one place.
And I want to say in one place. I want to say in one place.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
still,
but
it's not close
he is
to
that again because of LeBron and how he has marketed himself.
So what? I don't. Yeah. So once you say yes, I don't care why he's bigger. He's not bigger, and therefore he has more time to devote to this thing. Not only that, but again, I don't disagree that the Americans have the ego where I'm too big for this. I agree that's how they feel. Ovechkin's not. He's coming from a place where his country probably even helped him get to where he is way more than the Americans get their help.
Yes.
So I get he has a certain devotion to his country that the Americans probably don't have. He's also let me even go even deeper than that. He's also a white guy playing for Russia. Is it Russia he plays for?
Yes.
Playing for Russia. The black guys don't even feel at home in their own country in the U.S.
Okay. So we can go back. We can go back far.
They say they're playing for their country, but I don't think that's the case. No. They're playing for their damn selves.
Okay. And that's truth. That's truth.
Which brings us to another man who's viewed as playing and doing everything for himself. Hit the button for me one time. Man like Neon. Deion Sanders.
And here's the thing with my man Prime Time. He, to me, is the second greatest athlete of all time.
He's up there, definitely.
And now, even further, he's the second greatest sports figure to me of all time.
Second greatest.
Yes. Number 1 is Ali. Number 2 is him.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
I can't give him that, but
I have to because of what he's done. He's come from nothing, played college, played in the NFL, won at a high level, in the Hall of Fame, did broadcasting and whatever on the TV, took a step away, went to coach at a HBCU college level, had an undefeated season, took his team to whatever, left them, and now he's the talk of the town for Colorado Buffalo in the NCAA. And everyone talks about it. Like everybody not even people who watch college football are watching the story that Deion is. He's painting a masterpiece right now. Deion Sanders is painting a masterpiece of how to turn heads, on how to be the it guy, on how to be the talk of the town. Deion is a masterpiece, 100%.
Do you feel, because I know you're more of a football guy than me, firstly, before I say this, I find it very interesting that he's number 2 on your list, and he played only in NFL and MLB, which is a local sports. But anyway.
Okay. I see what you did there.
Do you think that what he is doing for NCAA football is a good thing or a bad thing or both?
It's both. Both. I have to be honest. It's both. Good because you have people who never watched football or never watched NCAA football as much as they are now because of him, because of the stories, because of the stuff he brings to the game now. He brings that swagger. He brings that, hear what they said about me now. Let's do about it. And you're gonna have people sit in their chair, armchair quarterback, like, yo, when they talk about Deion again, let's see what's gonna happen this weekend. Boom.
Oh yeah,
they tune in.
I saw Mad Dog say he's already tired of him. Sorry, and my microphone wasn't on.
Your microphone's good.
Are you hearing me through the microphone, or because I'm just realizing I wasn't reading on the?
No, but I've heard you loud and clear. You're good.
Okay, as long as it's good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No. Again, the good is, like I said, he's bringing people to sport. The bad is that he's stepping on toes that are known to be almost untouchables in the field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I hear you even better now. That's the mic now. That's all good. Oh, now you're out. Okay. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
But yeah, loud and clear. But yeah, he's good for the NCAA and bad for the NCAA, because again, this is the US. You have a very sharp-tongued, swagger-based Afro-American killing it in a sport that is predominantly dominated by the white male coaches.
In that position, as a coach.
In that position. So everybody's like, I mean, there's people are even saying that, there's people turning their grades because this guy's a head coach bringing this type of swag. So I'm like,
good.
Wow.
Let him turn some more.
Might as well. And again, kudos to him. Like I said, everybody is talking. If you're not talking about Deion right now, then you're living under a rock, because he is the story of sports right now. And I'm not even talking about just football, of sports.
No, sports, it's true.
Yeah, because
it's pretty much been him and the FIBA talk for the last couple weeks.
But he's even going above that now. Because every time he sits down, I mean, they have cameras in his meetings with his kids, talking about, this is what these guys said about me now, and the kids are on board. So, yo, we're gonna represent. It's personal. Every time they jab at him, it's personal.
That's what I love about this whole thing with Deion is it like you said, in a primarily white dominated position, coaching in the NCAA, even in NFL.
Yeah. 100%.
He's doing what they do and get away with, and nobody criticizes for decades. And like, he's putting it back in their face, like the nepotism, like he's bringing his sons along. He's the recruiting tactics that were swept under the rug for so many years by a lot of these, before the NILs came in, before, when they had all these rules, he's basically using it against the NCAA, or I wouldn't even say against. He's using it for himself.
He's using it for himself. Yeah.
He's
making these kids richer.
Exactly.
He's making these kids rich.
Right. Because come on, man. If Deion comes and sits in your living room and you're an 18-year-old kid and he says, yeah, come to my school, and you're like a 4 or 5-star recruit, and going to that school is going to bring you the NIL deals.
Yeah.
That is going to garner
You're
you
going there.
Like his son is making a good couple million.
I have the numbers. We'll go to that in a sec. But he's not the top, but yes, I agree.
No, he's not the top.
You would go there because you're going to make some money.
Yeah.
Again, but we'll go there. Let me give you a breakdown. Again, I did my research on Deion right now. Number one, he started at Jackson State University, right?
Right.
That's where he first started coaching.
Right?
Yes, coaching it all. Yep. He coached there only for 3 seasons. Right? With his 3 seasons, his last season he went undefeated. Yes.
Yep.
His first 3 seasons there, he finished there at Jackson State 26-5.
Yeah.
Right? Before coming to Colorado. He's now the only Hall of Fame NFL player with a head coaching position in the NCAA. The only one. There's only 6 Hall of Fame players that have ever had coaching positions in the NCAA. So he is now a trendsetter. So everybody's watching him. And there's been a lot of coaches that have gone back and forth and here and there. And Deion says, I'm only here for the kids.
Yes.
They
I
said
also love that.
he asked if he would ever go to the NFL. I said, I don't want to coach grown men. I'm going to try to build these men to go off and do their own thing. That's
Love
the
that.
best thing about him.
Right.
That is the best thing. It's not about the money. He has money. It's not
Yep.
about the fame. He has the fame.
Yep.
It's this whole trip is all about the kids, but people are going to spin it, think it's about him, and he's doing
Right.
this, doing that for himself, and it's not true. He's all about the kids. That's why he brought his sons along. That's why I said, hey, I'm opening the freaking transfer portal. Come on, jump on the back, get on the bandwagon, come on in. We're gonna make you rich. We're gonna make you famous, and people did. Now he has the best player in the league, in the NCAA, playing for him.
Yep.
Not to mention his kids are playing for him.
Maybe the top two. Maybe top two.
We'll even say that. We'll even say that.
Because they said, like they're saying, Travis Hunter and Shador could go for Heisman this year.
100% he could go for Heisman.
They both could be 100%. Heisman candidate. So
yeah, I agree. So even now even going through that again, this is an ongoing story that we're probably keep on track on for the next probably the whole season again. And this is a person I don't watch the NCAA, but do you see that place build up and blow up?
Yeah.
You'll see the Instagram, like he's making Colorado a name brand now.
No, it's a fact. I don't watch NCAA football, and I forgot Colorado had a team. I forgot Colorado had a school.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the fact he's making these kids money, man, is a big deal. So let's go on to the next point right now with these.
Yes.
Tell these guys about the NIL deals. Explain to them.
Okay. So giving the official, which I could give you to, but NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. That's what actually NIL stands for. It is, as in the past, a lot of people should know that NCAA players who are on scholarship, especially, were not allowed to take money outside of those scholarships. So they couldn't get friggin' bus fare. It would be a violation. They couldn't get a meal. It would be a violation, which, again, a lot of people violated over the years.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
honest mistakes, but
boosters and some of them not so honest. Like the boosters are a known thing forever.
Yeah,
as far as I remember, since I was in high school.
Under the table, they call it under the table stuff. Yeah,
yeah. So these have been around forever, but the rules used to prevent them from doing it. Maybe I can't remember the year right now. I feel like it was like within the last 5 years, maybe.
The boosters are allowed.
That NIL actually became a thing. The NIL deals became a thing. So now these kids are able to make money off exactly their name, image, and likeness. So when we were growing up, for example, team like the Fab Five in Michigan were at least a national, if not an international.
That was an international team.
International fame.
For sure.
And
for sure.
There's interviews out there with Chris Webber talking about, when we were at our heights and we're winning and we're known and kids are playing in black socks because of us and the big baggy shorts because of us and balding their head. I go to Foot Locker and I see a jersey, Michigan jersey, with my name on the back of it. My name. And I'm not getting a dime. I'm starving, in fact. I can't buy none of the shoes in this place. I can't even afford to buy the jersey with my name on it. I can't even do that. So now these kids get that. Your most popular stars, your again, Shador. I feel like I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, Shador. Yeah.
Shador, Travis Hunter, your Reese at LSU.
Yeah.
What's her name there? I always forget their names, man.
No, I have the most. I have
Go
the
ahead.
most. I have the list.
And
here's the thing. This is not only NCAA. There's also high school.
For example.
High school.
Oh, high school does NIL too? I did not know that.
Guess who's number one?
No, I did know that.
Guess who's number
Ronnie
one?
James.
Ronnie James.
Yeah, I did.
7.2 million NIL. Yeah,
he
doesn't even have to play in the NBA if he doesn't want to. He made seven. And this is as I've made this list. This is what the numbers are. Next one after that, you'd be shocked. Arch Manning.
No,
Arch Manning. Come on, he's not a superstar. Yeah, he's a Manning. You're right. So he's making 3.7 on that name, just the name. And then in gymnastics with Olivia Dunn, I was looking at her and saying, "Wow, she's a beautiful young girl."
Blonde girl, right?
Yes, the blonde girl in the gymnastics. She's in college. She's
She goes
making
to
a
LSU. Does she go
3.4.
to LSU?
Yes.
Where does she go? Okay, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.4. Then we have guys like Mickey Williams. Mickey Williams, he's in basketball. He's in high school as well.
Yes.
He's making 3.3.
And he might never make the NBA.
That's the thing.
He's not even that good, in my opinion. But anyway.
But because of the hype of whatever he's doing right now, he's making that bank. Caleb Williams in football, 2.6 million. Travis Hunter, he's making 1.7. Shador, 1.5. Drake May in football, 1.5. Bo Nix football, 1.5. And again,
a lot of football guys.
Neither creed, color, race. It's just their name. Like nothing. Yeah. And the last one surprised me was Hansel Manuel, basketball. You know that guy?
Never heard of. Oh yes, the one arm guy.
One arm guy.
Yeah.
1.4 million playing.
I can see that.
And I'm looking at him like,
I can see.
There's no excuse for anybody now not to make the money.
Yeah,
no excuse.
He deserves
kudos to the fact that, and we all know that it started with the Ed O'Bannon case or the O'Bannon case when it came to their likeness and their image and their names in video games, and they're saying, why are we not being paid to play? So that's when they took them all out. And you had guys call themselves roster player in video games, or they had commercials where they had no tags, no images, or no names on the back of their jerseys, not even the number, right? And again, they had the NBA players too. When they do some commercials, they'll have the color of the team, but not the actual team, and not their name on the back. So
you have to pay for it, and that's where the hypocrisy comes in. If I, as a company, want to put I don't know, Syracuse Orangemen somewhere on my banner or whatever, I gotta pay them for their name. I gotta pay them for the use. Pay the school.
Yeah. So why not pay the freaking kids for their name?
If I'm a player wearing the Syracuse jersey with row on the back, and that's selling in the same store that I'm talking about, I don't get money for my name, but you get money for my name. That's crazy.
For the longest time, I was against kids making money in school that way because they would forget about school. You'd lose the system. No, but I mean, so then if they lose the school, if no one's going to school to play to educate, you lose the whole backing. That's the thing.
No, there's gonna always be players to do that though. That's
But okay, if I'm saying is the students won't go to school anymore. Like the guys who don't play, they won't freaking go to school. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I bet you risk the good guys not going to school because the other guys have to, right? The other guys. This is what I'm saying. Like, okay, for example, what's her name? I forgot her last name. Reese from LSU. Their main star, right?
Yeah.
There's two of them. There's two of their main stars that are not. They're choosing not to go to WNBA because they make more money while they're still in school doing the NIL stuff. Right.
Correct.
So the kid that is making that money, that's the one that you might risk losing focus and not going to class. I was actually watching the same girl that you were talking about, the same gymnastics
Olivia Dunn.
She doesn't go to class because she can't. She's too known.
She's too popular. She's too popular. Yeah.
It's basically she's homeschooled in college, which is that's the extreme, and I agree that. That's sad that she doesn't get to experience the college life like they used to back in the day, right?
You've taken away the youth, right?
Yes,
not the youth, but you're taking away a very important part of their life. Yes,
but again, I prefer them making this money rather than going to experience being starving while playing for a multi-million-dollar franchise.
Here's the downside about it. You're in school again, hopefully to learn something. To that passes your prime years of whatever sport you're in. You can only play for a certain period of time, and the windows are getting smaller for all these sports more and more because people are getting hurt, people are getting injured, and it's just getting tougher. Right, a lot of things are happening. So now you've taken that person out of their school that they can learn that PhD, that master's or whatever, or even just a freaking diploma of freaking finances. They can't get it the way they want to get it because of this NIL stuff. So
Yeah, but
now
my
when
counter to
when
that, you don't need it.
yeah,
I made $1 million.
okay, so
I'm making $1 million a year in
but
school
again,
while I'm
if
still taking
yeah,
classes.
but then who are you going to trust to help you save that $1 million or make more from that $1 million?
Yeah, but bro, that's on you.
You get
That's on you.
exactly, but they're
Yeah,
not
that's on
getting
you.
taught that stuff though. They're
I
not getting
can't.
taught.
Well, we can't assume that they're not going to class.
Not all, but you just
The,
said
the,
that
so-
Olivia doesn't go to class.
she doesn't go to class, but she takes classes. She
No,
doesn't go
I
to
understand.
actual physical class.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So she
You're
still should get
taking,
the education.
of course, but it's going to be the tougher way to do it. When I
It
say tougher,
depends. It
I guess it
depends.
depends. It
Yeah, it
depends. It might be
depends.
better for her, but again,
For me, the only thing that I feel that is a quote unquote negative here is they don't get to experience everything but
call it
class.
right.
They don't necessarily get to go to the parties, and they
Yeah.
don't get to, go to the pep rallies like that,
Mhm,
or they
mhm.
don't get the homecoming and all this stuff.
Yeah.
They might not get to experience it. But other than that, as long as
Uh,
you're getting your education while you and I'll even go as far as to say I don't really care if you're not getting your education, because you're making the money. It's not, you know what, it's not any different than when they go professional and come back to school. These people are basically professionals in school.
mm,
And as long as they make that money, it's these guys
okay.
in the
Yeah.
league lose their millions of dollars. So if you lose your millions of dollars while you're in college, that's on you. That's your opportunity. It's not any different than if you went through school, graduated, or sorry, you went through school and didn't graduate. That's on
Mhm,
you. So get the money,
mm,
but try to get the education, and that's the balance that I think is a good thing for them. Besides the
okay.
social part of college, who cares?
Fair enough.
Who
Fair
cares?
enough. Fair
Get
enough.
the money.
Make that
But
money
yeah,
or have the happen.
yeah,
Okay. Make that money. That's cool. I like it. But
yeah.
again, we'll see in the next 3 to 4 years how it
Mhm.
plays out, because again, there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of parents going to be pushing their kids into sports now because they
Oh
know they can
yeah,
make
but
this
they've been
money.
doing that. That's not
Yeah,
new. They've
true.
been
But
doing it.
again, a lot of these parents are going to be living through these kids now.
Oh yeah,
Trust me.
but they've been doing that.
If my daughter can freaking do some gymnastics, shoot, I'm going to put this into gymnastics.
Why wouldn't you?
Make
As
them
long as it's their
NIL.
dream. That's that. Yeah. As a
That's the
parent,
thing.
as
That's
long
the
as it's their
thing.
dream. But you're
You
right.
don't live through your
Parents
kids
have been
that
doing that
way.
forever. They've been doing that
Yeah.
forever.
And
But yeah, man.
me being a parent, I don't think I want to go that route, but I mean, it might happen. I might have a change of heart. You never know. But anyways, it was a
Yes, sir.
good times here. We had a
Sir.
great talk.
Uh-huh.
Sports is always a heated discussion, especially
Yes,
when you're
sir.
a LeBron fan,
Yes,
and I
sir.
am not. But hey, it's all good. It's all good though. It's all good. We
I know
got it
what you
all
meant to
down.
say. I know you meant to say, especially when you're a LeBron fan and I am crazy. That's what you meant to say. I understand. It's okay, man. It's cool.
But anyways, we're back
Until the next
again
time.
next
Yeah.
week. We'll do it again soon. Peace and love, folks. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on freaking TikTok. Check us out on Instagram. We're everywhere. Peace. We're out. Later.
Peace.